Hello friends, let's start with business and financial market update. Pharmaceutical companies Innova Capital Limited and Blue Jet Healthcare have received SEBI's go-ahead to raise funds through initial public offering. The two firms, which filed their preliminary papers with SEBI between June and September 2022, obtained its observations letters during January 9 to 11. An update with SEBI showed on Tuesday. In SEBI's parlance, its observations implies its go-ahead to launch the initial share sale. As per the draft papers, Innova Capital's proposed IPO comprises fresh issuance of equity shares worth 4,000 crore rupees and offer for sale of 96 lakh equity shares by promoters and other shareholders. Under the OFS, Manoj Kumar Lohariwala, Vinay Kumar Lohariwala and Gain Prakash Agarwal will sell 32 lakh shares each. The IPO of pharmaceutical ingredients maker Blue Jet Healthcare is completely on OFS of up to 2.1 crore equity shares by promoters Akshay Bansarilal Arora and Shivan Akshay Arora. The Mumbai-based offers niche products targeted toward innovative pharmaceutical companies and multinational generic pharmaceutical companies. Shares of both companies will be listed on stock exchanges BSE and NSE. Moving on, capital markets regulator SEBI has returned the draft IPO papers of Lava International and asked the homegrown mobile maker to file documents again with certain updates. The move might delay the company's IPO. Lava International had filed draft red herring prospectus with the Securities and Exchange Board of India SEBI in September 2021 to raise funds through an initial share sale. The proposed IPO comprises fresh issuance of equity shares worth up to 500 crore rupees. The OFS consists of sale of 1.25 crore equity shares by Hari Om Rai, up to 31.35 lakh shares by Shailendra Nath Rai and up to 78.38 lakh shares each by Sunil Bhalla and Vishal Sehgal, up to 1.13 crore shares by Unique Memory Technology and up 9.75 lakh shares by Tupperware Kitchenware. According to an update with SEBI's website on Tuesday, the market regulator returned the company's DRHP on January 13, 2023 with an advice to refile it post-applicable updates and revision. However, the regulator has not elaborated on the updates or revisions required in the draft documents. Moving on, the country's second largest paint maker, Berger Paints, is hoping to double its turnover to 20,000 crore rupees in the next 5 to 6 years. The firm is expected to close financial year 23 with revenues of around 10,000 crore rupees. Most of the growth would come from domestic market, Abhijit Roy, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Berger Paints, said. In financial year 23, Berger's consolidated total income from operations stood at 5,430 crore rupees, and Roy said that the company was on course to cross 10,000 crore its financial year. In financial year 22, Berger clocked in a turnover of 8,800 crore rupees. Moving on, a day after Alibaba sold shares worth rupees $125 million in Paytm, the company said the Chinese internet giant was never a strategic shareholder for Paytm. Paytm CEO Vijay Shekhar Sharma also told CNBC TV18 that Paytm was not aware of the sale beforehand and that it could have been planned better. Alibaba and Paytm were never together in the business, he added. Moving on, India's IT major Infosys has announced the buyback of 17,03,000 of its own shares at an acquisition rate of 1,536.16 rupees per unit, an exchange filing showed on Tuesday. With this, the total number of shares bought by Infosys till date stands at 3.6 crore shares. Shares of Infosys rose 0.95% and closed at 1,539.75 rupees. Moving on, Meta is the best performer in the S&P 500 index since the stock's recent low in November, gained 54%. However, its shares are still 64% below their 2021 record. Analysts expect the stock to gain 7.7% over the next 12 months. Meta was reported as the worst performer in the S&P 500 in 2022 in early November. Moving on, the government may reportedly introduce revised tax slabs with lower rates under its voluntary income tax framework in the upcoming union budget. The new optional tax scheme was introduced in 2020 to make tax compliance simpler, allowing exemptions and tax reductions in the new income tax regime would make it complex, and this was not the intention, Reuters reported, citing sources. Moving on, the rupee extended its losing streak this week, shedding 0.5% versus the US dollar over the past couple of days, as importers continued to lock in dollars purchases after a sharp appreciation in the domestic currency last week. The rupee settled at 81.77 per US dollar on Tuesday, as against 81.62 per US dollar on Monday. The domestic currency had closed at 81.34 per US dollar at the end of the previous week. The rupee has strengthened 1.7% versus the dollar last week. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned with Financial Pulse for business and financial market updates.